Hi. So, today I want to talk about my favorite hobby, photography. It's not just something I do for fun, it's a huge part of who I am. It's my way of seeing the world, expressing myself, and capturing moments that would otherwise slip away. So, I thought I'd take you on a little journey through my love for photography, from how I started to why it means so much to me. I got my first camera when I was about 10 years old. It was a simple point-and-shoot, nothing fancy, but to me, it was the most magical thing in the world. I remember running around the house, taking pictures of everything, my dog, my mom's plants, even the ceiling fan. My family thought it was hilarious, but I was so proud of my little photos. I'd print them out and stick them in a scrapbook, and even though they were blurry and poorly framed, I thought they were masterpieces. As I got older, my interest in photography grew. When I was in middle school, I saved up my allowance to buy a better camera, a used DSLR I found online. It was a game changer. Suddenly, I could control things like focus, exposure, and shutter speed. I started experimenting with different settings, and that's when I realized photography wasn't just about snapping pictures, it was about telling stories. One of my favorite things about photography is how it forces me to slow down and really look at the world. Like, when I'm out with my camera, I notice things I'd normally overlook, the way sunlight filters through leaves, the texture of a brick wall, or the expression on someone's face when they're lost in thought. It's like I'm seeing the world in a whole new way, and it's so beautiful. I love all kinds of photography, but my absolute favorite is street photography. There's something so exciting about capturing candid moments in everyday life. It's like freezing time, you know? I'll spend hours wandering around the city, just observing people and waiting for the perfect shot. Sometimes I'll see something amazing, a child laughing, a couple holding hands, or a street performer mid-act, and I'll feel this rush of adrenaline as I try to capture it before the moment passes. Of course, not every shot turns out the way I want it to. There are times when I'll take hundreds of photos and only end up liking one or two. But that's part of the process. Photography has taught me to be patient and persistent. It's also taught me to embrace imperfection. Some of my favorite photos are the ones that aren't technically perfect. They're a little blurry or off-center, but they have so much emotion and character. Another thing I love about photography is how it connects me with people. I've met so many amazing people through this hobby, other photographers, models, even strangers who've let me take their picture. It's such a great way to start conversations and build relationships. I remember one time, I was taking pictures at a park, and this elderly man came up to me and started telling me about his life. He ended up being the subject of one of my most meaningful photos, and now we're friends. It's moments like that make photography so special to me. I also love how photography allows me to express myself. Sometimes I'll go through phases where I'm really into black and white photography because it feels so raw and emotional. Other times, I'll focus on vibrant colors and bold compositions. It's like my camera is an extension of my thoughts and feelings. When I'm happy, my photos are bright and lively. When I'm feeling introspective, they're moody and atmospheric. It's such a powerful form of self-expression. One of the coolest things about photography is that there's always something new to learn. I've been doing this for years, and I still feel like I'm just scratching the surface. There are so many techniques to master: long exposures, light painting, macro photography, and so many styles to explore. I love challenging myself to try new things and push my creative boundaries. It keeps me inspired and motivated. I also love sharing my work with others. A few years ago, I started an Instagram account where I post my photos, and it's been such a rewarding experience. It's amazing to see how people respond to my work. Some photos resonate with them in ways I never expected. I've even sold a few prints, which is still surreal to me. It's such an incredible feeling to know that something I created is hanging in someone else's home, bringing them joy. But photography isn't just about the end result for me, it's about the journey. It's about the hours I spend exploring new places, the thrill of capturing a perfect moment, and the satisfaction of editing a photo until it's just right. It's about the way it makes me feel alive, inspired, and connected to the world around me. I think what I love most about photography is that it's taught me to appreciate the little things. It's made me more observant, more curious, and more grateful for the beauty in everyday life. It's also taught me to take risks and step out of my comfort zone. Like, sometimes I'll see a shot that requires me to climb on a wall or ask a stranger if I can take their picture, and I'll have to push past my fear and just go for it. And you know what? Those are usually the shots I'm most proud of. Photography has also given me a sense of purpose. It's something I can always turn to, no matter what's going on in my life. Whether I'm happy, sad, or somewhere in between, my camera is there for me. It's like a constant companion, always ready to help me see the world in a new light. So, yeah, photography is more than just a hobby for me. It's a passion, a creative outlet, and a way of life. It's taught me so much about myself and the world around me, and I'm so grateful for it. I don't know where this journey will take me, but I know I'll always have my camera by my side, ready to capture the next moment, the next story, the next adventure. Thanks for letting me share this with you. I could talk about photography forever, but I'll stop here. If you enjoyed hearing about my favorite hobby, please consider subscribing and liking for more stories in English.